Getting food delivered to your door, something that would be considered a big luxury not that long ago, has now become easier than ever. And on average, people in the UK are spending upwards of £1,000 a year on takeaway food. Other than being very convenient and normally quite tasty, we want to know if there's anything else that's driving people to spend so much money on takeaway food. Some research that we did earlier in the year with cooking enthusiast brand NEFF suggests that it might be because younger generations don't have the same skills that their grandparents would have had. Because they've never been taught how to cook and they rarely cook at home. 15% of the parents we spoke to even said that they don't think cooking is an essential life skill to pass on to their kids. While this might not seem directly related to the environment, actually the more knowledgeable that we are about cooking, the easier it is for us to whip up something from the things that we have in our fridge or in our cupboards, and the more creative we can be about doing that, the less food that we waste. And food waste is a huge problem for the environment, with 8% of greenhouse gases coming from food because it takes so much energy, water and transport to grow and distribute the food. Cooking encourages us to get creative in the kitchen, meaning we'll be way more likely to mix and match ingredients so we won't chuck it out. It also means that we have control over what goes in our food, so we can decide if we want to eat seasonally or locally, and it means that we're in control of how packaged our food is, so that we can reduce the amount of rubbish that's produced when we buy food in. So how can we inspire a whole new generation of children to pick up their kitchen utensils and start cooking? We've been working with NEFF to try and encourage intergenerational cooking so that grandparents can pass down their well-loved recipes to their families. So we've come here to a newly refurbished kitchen in Milton Keynes. Today there is going to be a community cooking class. They're making a stir fry and bread and butter pudding. We want to find out how the community here are passing down their skills and recipes. Do you make what your grandma makes at home? No. This is Carol, and are you here today cooking with your grandson?
Yes.
What made you decide to come and do the cooking course?
Just don't really get the opportunity to cook with him, and just help him to get some skills and the opportunity to be hands-on and have a go, really. He said actually in the car on the way over, I hope we get to cook a roast dinner, because I'd like to learn how to cook a roast.
So the statistic that we are talking about today is that on average young people in the UK spend £1,000 every year on buying food from takeaways.
It's crazy, isn't it? That's over £100 a month, which, it's a shame, isn't it? Because that's such a lot of money that could be used for other things.
Mm-hmm. Did you enjoy what you were cooking today?
Yeah.
And would you cook at home if you had the chance to more?
I like to cook spaghetti bolognese. Pasta's my favourite thing.
That's your favourite?
Like cooking with your nan?
Yeah.
Why?
Because she makes it really easy for me and I know how to understand it, so.
As well as cooking being good for the environment, it's also good for your health and your brain, and you get the added benefit of cooking with people that you love. So this week, we are setting you a challenge to get into the kitchen and to cook a really well-loved family recipe, or maybe something you've never tried before. Let me know what feats you cook up in the comments below, and upload your recipe to the NEFF recipe portal, which I've linked to in the description, where they're preserving recipes for future generations. And that's the end of the episode. To find out more and to get inspired, head to our website, www.hubbub.org.uk. where you'll find loads of top tips to give you the spark to do things differently. Tune in for the next episode and come and join the Hubbub.